क्या मैं मीटिंग से जुड़ गया हूँ? हेलो, कृपया बताइए, क्या मैं ग्रुप मीटिंग से जुड़ चुका हूँ?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल जुड़े हुए हैं। एक 5 मिनट रुक जाइए, स्टार्ट हो जाएगी।
Good evening, everyone. Hello,
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
everyone.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Good
Good
evening,
How
ma'am.
are you,
evening.
ma'am?
Good evening, sir.
Are we audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good evening to all of you. Can you all see me and hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible. We can hear you.
Okay,
Yes,
we'll
sir.
just hold for 5 minutes more and then we'll start. I request all of you to be holding just for 5 minutes and we'll be there. But my sound is
All,
clear, right?
all right, sir. Yeah, yeah, it is clear.
Okay,
Very
okay.
much
Thank
clear.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
पेन एक ठो बंद ହେଇଗଲା ଯେ
Good evening to all of you.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
I wish all of you can see me and hear me.
Yes, sir.
yes sir
Okay, fantastic. I can feel a lot of excitement in all of you. We'll just start off in a minute, and I'm sure you will be able to gain quite a bit of information from here. I would request all of you to keep your mics on mute so that if there is any questions you want to ask, you are free to put in the chat box. But I would suggest that you can take up the questions a little later, right? So I will be glad to take your questions. I do not want to mute you, but I suggest that all of you keep yourself muted so that we can all listen. Okay. So once again, good evening to all of you and welcome to the session on webinar on STEM robotics. Right. So just 1 minute. Okay. Let me just share my screen with you all. Yeah, I wish my screen is visible to all of you. Yeah, okay, fine. You can just put a digital thumbs up in the chat box. Yeah, that's right. Great, fantastic. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, fantastic. So welcome to the session on certified STEM and STEM robotics course. It is going to be interesting. I'll be sharing with you some good information I would request all of you to be interactive a little bit later in the session because I have a lot to share with you. Okay, first of all, who are we? We upgrade, uplift, upkeep, and upskill. We are up educators. Now, we are academic partnership with Google for Education partner, Cambridge, MEPSC, STEM accredited, Skills for Innovation, ETHE, and NASCOM. Very interestingly, we are also part of NASCOM. Now, Up Educators is India's leading institute for instructor-led training courses to educators. We upskill educators to teach with a focus on 21st century pedagogy, AI tools, innovative teaching practices, and digital tools. The goal is to enhance learning experience and improve learning outcomes. That has been our goal all throughout. We have trained over 1 lakh educators, and we have trained educators from all over 20,000 schools and colleges. We have trained teachers from around 25 countries. And we are the largest teaching community on social media with over 5 lakh followers in India. Right? And we have got a rating of about 4.8 out of 5 rating in Google reviews by about 4,000 educators from all over the country and abroad. We organize international Olympiads for teachers. Annually, over 25,000 teachers participate in subject-wise international Olympiads organized by Up Educators. We have been covered in a number of media also on this particular aspect of science Olympiads, maths Olympiads, etc. Right? We conduct Olympiads as International Primary Teachers Olympiad, Teachers Olympiad, Science Teachers Olympiad, Pre-Primary Maths Teachers, Digital Olympiad, and now the latest is about International AI for Innovative Teaching Olympiads. Right. So I request all of you to kindly refrain from annotating because it disturbs the flow. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right. So yeah, Up Educators initiatives include nationwide launching of the largest AI training program for over 10,000 educators sponsored by Google, right? So we are education partners for Google. So based on that partnership, we are conducting Google-led nationwide AI training programs for over 10,000 educators. That is our mission right now, and actually it is going on, right? We are training over 20,000 faculty and students on AI-ready campuses for NEP 2020, right? We at Up Educator has built India's first offline AI platform, and this is something really very important. Intel AI-powered laptops are available now with a special chip installed in it, where you can use AI without having to connect to the internet, right? Without having to connect to the internet. So, Up Educators in association with NASCOM Future Skills offers an advanced AI course for educators. This is under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, right? We also offer, Up Educators also offer courses in Google to train about 20,000 teachers. Now, about me, myself, my name is T. Anil Gangadharan. I am a retired flight engineer from the Indian Navy. I have 36 years of teaching experience in physics and chemistry. I am a DGCS certified drone pilot and drone instructor, and currently I am an educator at Up Educators. Right, this was the aircraft which I used to be flying once upon a time, which is a maritime surveillance and recognition aircraft. This is the cockpit of the aircraft, what you're seeing right now. And in between these two chairs, there's a pilot and a co-pilot seat. The center one is my seat, which has been pulled backwards. And what you see in the front is the panel which I used to control. That is about 4 engines plus 1 auxiliary power engine. But this aircraft was being used for photography and surveillance. But now I am flying this aircraft, which is Can you please switch off your? Okay. Right. So yeah, this is the aircraft which I'm flying now, which is a drone, and this is the controller of that. Now, this is the kind of changes which has taken place in our surroundings in the few years. The job which was done by this huge aircraft, which is 66 tons of aircraft metal which is flying in the sky, is now reduced down to such a small thing. And when technology is changing so fast, right, are we preparing our students for that? And more importantly, before we prepare our students, are we ourselves prepared for that? And that is the crux of the matter, right? So that is what we all have got to think about, right? Now, these are the few certifications that I have. It has been my hobby. Like all people ask me, what is your hobby? My hobby is collecting certificates and getting involved in as many number of fields as possible so that I can share with you my knowledge with my students, right? I have done courses from STEM robotics, science of cooking from Harvard University, drone developer course, IBM design thinking, workshop on advanced air mobility, and quite a few of them, right? So I will be one of your trainers during this period. But now getting back to some serious business, what according to you is the factor which brings about major changes in the field of education over a period of time? I would like to get some answers from you in your chat box, right? Yeah. Digitalization is one answer what I've got. AI, digitization. Okay, good. Can I get some more answers? You can put a type in way to teaching, online method, technology, AI. Fantastic. Okay, AI. Everybody is with AI. Sri Lekha, can you refrain from using the annotation? Yeah, okay. So, right, technology has changed, right? What essentially, now this is very good thing. I'm getting a lot of answers. Fantastic. And I'm so glad that all of you are participating. Usually I don't find this kind of participation. Fantastic. Very good. Differentiation. That's nice. STEM, use of electronic, more hands-on activities. Wow. It's really nice to see all of you. I am really enjoying this participation. 237 people all around, and I'm glad that you're all involved. Right, but let us look at it from a different perspective. What is the reason for major changes which has been taking place over a period of time? One of the fundamental reasons why the education system is changing because jobs and industry is changing, right? And there is no way we can ignore this particular aspect. So the moment you think it in this way, right, what is triggering the change in the field of education, you will find it is mainly jobs and industry. So if you are parents of some of your child, if you have a child going to school or college or wherever, you would look at some education for your child which would lead him for the jobs of tomorrow. If you are teachers, and I'm sure many of you are teachers, instead of asking you how many of you are teachers, I would, yeah, cannot be cheap labor country. We need more skills. Fantastic. Saujanya, you just nailed it. You nailed it. Can you just quickly tell me if you are a teacher or not a teacher? If you're a teacher, what subject do you teach? Quickly. Just put in the chat box how many of you are teachers. Okay. Yep. How many of your teachers? Just put in the chat box quickly. Fatafat. And which subject do you teach? Oh my God, so many. I think almost everybody is a teacher here. Actually, you are teachers. Even if you're not formally teaching in any school, if you're grown up enough to be here today, you might be a parent of some child, you might be some tuition teacher, you might be teacher in some way. Great, great, great. And I'm having so many teachers today evening. That's so nice to be with all of you, right? And I just quit teaching in the month of March after 36 years teaching, right? So can you all hear me actually? Can you hear me? Yeah, just somebody put a yes if you can hear me. Yeah, because somebody is in between telling that can't hear. Okay, fine. Chalo. That's nice. Jobs and industry. So, in the earlier days, right, the hunter-gatherers were there, and before the industrial agriculture revolution, people were mainly interested as nomadic people moving from place to place. There were no much formal education. But with the advent of the agricultural revolution, people moved from hunting to farming, and learning was a little bit informal because parents used to teach their children, right? And farming, irrigation, animal husbandry, things became a little more formalized. But the real change took place in the first industrial revolution. There was a need for basic literacy and numeracy to operate machinery and follow simple instructions. For this purpose, people had to go to schools to be educated, to able to understand the communication that is happening, right? The second industrial revolution took place somewhere in the late 19th and early 20th century. That led schools to get adapted to the technical subjects like mechanics and home economics, making education more practical. So educational system started changing to adjust to the industrial revolution, to the changes which took place in the second industrial revolution. The third industrial revolution, which took place in the mid 20th century, the schools had to emphasize on maths, science, computers, problem solving, use of digital tools like calculators, use of computers, PowerPoint, Word, Excel, etc. But the important point is, what impact is the fourth industrial revolution having on our education system, right? Now you can see the drastic changes which are taking place, right? Drastic changes which are taking place in the healthcare sector, right? If you see now in the healthcare sector, earlier doctors used to be operating, even now also they are operating, but now things are changing. Robots are being used. Experiments are being conducted on this as well, right? And people keep the, although it may not be perfectly true, but it is said that China is developing something like a robotic doctor where you go and stand and you get all your checkup done automatically inside that one cage. So healthcare is changing world over. Agriculture is changing where people were using the normal manual means. Now things are changing. It has become all automated, right? Then you have the changes taking place in military forces. You must be knowing about the war which is going on, the two wars which are already going on. And most of the places, the number of human life lost is minimal, right? So you know about Operation Sindoor, which has taken place again. The number of human lives lost is very minimal, right? And that is possible because of use of technology such as drones, right? And in the future, the courier services are also going to change. Delivery systems are going to change. Today, you know that human beings are coming and delivering the Amazon packages to your house. But in future, it will be done by drones. Are we preparing our children for that? That is the question, right? And that is something which we need to keep asking ourselves. Are we getting ready for that revolution? Are we preparing our children for that revolution? That is important. Manufacturing. Earlier, it used to be done using a manpower. Human beings used to be doing the welding and all those things. But now you know that even a car of the type Maruti car is also being manufactured by robots, right? One robotic arm is doing the job of 10 to 20 people in the factories, right? So the fourth industrial revolution essentially is characterized by the AI, IoT, drone, biotechnology, and data analytics, right? So our K to 12 education system should meet these demands. And that is how the NEP 2020 has evolved, right? When the government has been stressing on all these things, that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, emphasizing on coding, robotics, drone, and data literacy. Focus is more on STEM education and real world applications. But interestingly, there is a big gap still. Can I request all of you to please and stop annotating, right? Because it becomes a bit difficult to focus. Yeah, okay. So, right. So let's explore STEM in more details. Now, when you all must be having a STEM lab in your school, or you might be having an Atal tinkering lab. Mayank Singh, will you please, Mayank? Yeah. Okay. So I humbly request all of you to please avoid annotation on the screen, please. Okay. So how many of you have got a STEM lab in your schools? How many of you got a STEM lab in your school? Or how many of you? Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. You got a STEM lab in your school? Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. Planning to start. Good, very nice. We don't have some saying robotics lab, okay, AI lab. Okay, want to build it. Fantastic, fantastic. So Rahul, yeah, okay, great, great, great. So yeah, we are exactly here for that, right? We are here to help you set up your own STEM labs, right? So what exactly is the STEM education all about? There is a misnomer that the STEM education मतलब एक अलग subject है. STEM education is believed to be something like a different subject, and yeah, we will be teaching you all that, Sahil. Yes. So a STEM lab, essentially, STEM education, what people think of today is it is meant for only ICT teachers or computer teachers, and it can be done only for computers. Now, that is a misnomer. That is a misunderstanding, right? So let us get that thing out, right? So how do we normally teach children? Suppose if you have to teach about waste management to a fifth grader student, a teacher from fifth standard is teaching about waste management. How would they teach? They would teach about biodegradable, non-biodegradable, go into the class, give a lecture. There are students sitting in the front. The problem is there is no real student engagement. There is lack of real world application. Students do not develop the skills to innovate solutions. That is a problem. But then how do you solve this problem using STEM education? Now, I want you to watch this video. If you can, just 1 minute, I'll just get this sound on. And yeah.
Waste material, as we put this on the sensor, the sensor will decide accordingly and throw it into the respective zones.
So here you find the students doing a project in which the waste is being segregated as, yeah, which sensor is this type? This is moisture sensor is being used in this, right? Okay, so yeah, so here, yeah, Durgesh, yeah, we will come to the point, don't worry. Yeah, so fine, we have, so this particular experiment, what you see here is about the use of certain sensors, right, using AI driven. Now, what is STEM education? Now, STEM education is essentially integrating all the different aspects like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If you look at this robotic arm, the science of human arm anatomy, programming and controlling the motion parts, prototyping, and calculating coordinates, right? All these things are involved in the STEM. Now, if you look at drone technology, right? If you look at drone technology, it involves STEM, where science of how air affects the flying, how weather affects the flight, GPS technology, how it works, how engineering can be used for building and programming the drone to fly. Mathematics is used in calculating the distances and number of trips required for the flight, etc. Benefits of STEM education in today's world: it encourages critical thinking and innovation, enhances real-world applications, boosts 21st century skills, prepares students for the future careers, etc. Right? All these things are the benefits of education today. How the different stakeholders are participating in this, right? Okay. The different stakeholders involve parents, government, students, and teachers, right? So what are these different stakeholders doing? What are parents doing? So what would parents be doing? If how many of you parents here actually? Yeah, I would like to hear from any one of you. What do you do as parents? Yeah. But we would like to know more innovative ways to use it. Please guide us through that. I will surely do that. Can you just hold on for a minute? I will be answering your questions. Don't worry. Yep. I will answer your questions as well. And I would like to know something from you, because I'm sure most of you have got some information about STEM education. And I would be glad to get to know your viewpoints as well. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm getting quite a few. Parents are, what parents are doing is they are enrolling their children for STEM and robotic classes, right? But what is the government doing? The government is introducing science labs, right? Which used to look something like this, but now they are all setting up STEM labs around. Atal Tinkering Lab is something which the government of India is aggressively moving ahead with. They are setting up around 50,000 labs all over the country. And if you're aware, a huge amount of money has been recently allocated in the last budget for STEM education, right? So, yeah. So now there is a lot of buzz going on around in media as well about STEM education. What are students doing? Students are preparing the projects, moving from traditional projects to the new age projects. Traditional projects, you all must have seen this: light travels in a straight line. Does really light travel in a straight line? Yep. Science teachers? Anybody? Yep. I'm getting quite a few. No, light doesn't travel in a straight line. I would like to hear from, according to NCERT syllabus, we can use STEM. Okay. Yes, you can use. I'll come to your answers. Don't worry, please be with me. I'll surely answer your questions. Right. Yeah, light travels in a straight line. Yeah, rectilinear propagation of light. And this is what we have learned. This is what we have learned. It's only when you reach the 12th standard that you realize that light has got wave nature. Light has got corpuscular nature. Right. So these are the kind of projects which we have been doing. And then when we go from 6th standard to 12th standard, we have to do a lot of unlearning and then learn again. So design thinking, inquiry-based learning, right? Project-based learning. All these things are important in today's world. And we are precisely doing that in our STEM program. This is how our courses are different. Somebody was saying that they knew it, but we would like to say that we have a lot more to offer to you, right? Now, if you look at this
So here
project,
is our school and this is our school's main gate. We had used the rain sensors. So when we place our hand over here, the gates will open and close automatically for 5 seconds. Then we have also used the light sensors. Whenever it is dark, the lights will go on. All the school lights will go on. And whenever it is daytime, means there is light, they will all switch off.
now what I want
So
you
here is
to
our
think
school
about
and
is, what I want you to think about is, yeah, you know that it is an LDR. You know light is light detecting diode, or you may also know about it, about how the door is opening, etc. But what is important here is, beyond this, what next? Imagine, I want you to imagine not about this project, what the girls are doing. I don't want you to look at it from that perspective. I want you to change your point of view. What I want you to think, imagine these children talking with so much of confidence is your students, right? How would you teach them, right, to become so confident in explaining their project in this manner? That is what is important. How can you guide them to make great projects like this, right? Automatic parking system. Yes, fantastic. We have a part of it in our syllabus as well, right? So I made one for my house in my garage, right? So the point here is, can we do this? Can we create children who are innovators? That is what is important, right? Yeah. So look at this guy, this child here has made
सर
a
ये
project.
ऑटोमेटिक
Again,
रेन
this
डिटेक्टर
is
है, जैसे कि
something
यहाँ पे
again.
बाहर कपड़े सूखने को डाल रखे होते हैं, तो जब बारिश आती है तो कपड़े भीग जाते हैं। इसी के कारण मैंने एक प्रोजेक्ट बना रखा है, यहाँ पे पानी डालते हैं वैसे ही कपड़े अंदर हो जाएंगे, और जैसे ही धूप निकलेगी वैसे ही ये बाहर हो जाएंगे। ये यहाँ पे रेन होगा ना, तो यहाँ पे ये अंदर हो जाएंगे कपड़े, और जैसे ही धूप आएगी और ये सूखेगा, अपने आप ऑटोमेटिक बाहर हो जाएंगे।
Okay.
सर ये
Now, this is beyond this. What are the children doing? Now, if we see, previously students were participating in these competitions, right? Now they are all going for IoT, robotics, and competitions of that type, right? And this is being published in every possible magazine. But what are teachers doing? Ask yourself, what are teachers doing? Essentially, majority of the teachers are still teaching in traditional way. That is, teaching in isolation, right? Teaching in silos, right? So a science teacher or a math teacher will be teaching only maths, right? Physics teacher will be teaching physics, chemistry teacher will be teaching chemistry, history teacher will be teaching history. Now, my question to all of you is, now for those of you who think, right, who think that STEM is one another subject, right? Let me ask you a simple question. All of you must have seen, and I would expect some of the answers to come from people who know about STEM education. I want to ask you one thing. Have all of you seen, or many of you must have seen something like a glucometer? A glucometer required for testing blood sugar, right? Now tell me, the glucometer, what is the role of a doctor in inventing that device? What is the role of a doctor in inventing that device? It is a medical device. But what is the role of a doctor in inventing that device? No role, absolutely. Right? If at all it is, there is a minimal role of the doctor to just say what is the blood sugar maximum level and minimum level. That's it. Right? Other than that, there is hardly, he is the user of that. He is the user of that. Okay. Now, he will be the person who recommends it. But who is the person who is inventing it? You need a designer to design the whole structure. You need a designer, a chemistry person to understand what is the surface chemistry, what is absorption on that strip. You need an electronics person to ensure that the signals are passing through that strip. You need to have a IoT person to be able to link it to the internet. So many different subjects are involved. Now you tell me, will a child only those who are learning a particular subject will be able to think in these lines, right? So therefore, it is essential that the concept of STEM be introduced to children. That is, how to integrate science, technology, engineering, mathematics to solve real life problems. That is important. That is the most important part, right? And that is what teachers can do. Now, how much time do we have to learn STEM, by the way? The first industrial revolution, educators got about 100 years to change. Second industrial revolution, teachers got about 50 years to change. Now, in the third industrial revolution, the technology, teachers could adapt themselves in 20 to 30 years. But today, even though I have put it in the slide as 3 to 5 years, you don't have that kind of time. Every day, things are changing, especially in the field of AI, right? So as things are changing, teachers need to keep themselves updated, because the children who is sitting in front of you today are going to face the world 10 years from now. Okay, so we have a responsibility as teachers to ensure that they are prepared for the future. So it is not science that we need to teach them. It is not technology or it is not arts we need to teach them. What we need to teach them is how they can adapt themselves and learn. That is important. They should be taught how to learn rather than teaching them what they should learn. Like Edward de Bono is a famous psychologist who has created the concept of lateral thinking. For those of you who are good readers, I would suggest a book, Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono. Very interesting book, right? Teaching to think is another concept which he has put forward. Very interesting thing. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he has also started a school in Madras on lateral thinking. So a fantastic thing about this concept. So we teachers have a lot to do. Benefits of learning STEM for teachers. Now, teachers are adopting latest technologies and methods that prioritize immersive and hands-on experience. This is very, very important aspect. Real world applications, robotics and coding, right? And the students can apply that into solving real life problems. Here you find, and what you're seeing here around on the screen right now, teachers explaining that particular person who is explaining here to children about soil structure, etc. He is using a soil sensor, right? Moisture sensor, to explain about soil structure. So he's making the class more interesting. And by the way, he's doing it in a village. And he was our student once upon a time, right? Teachers teaching Pascal's law, right? Using STEM, right? Teacher is teaching different subjects like angles, measurement of angles, linearity, etc. in maths using the STEM concept. Now, it helps students, teachers, when they learn STEM, it helps students appear for competitions and projects, right? And most importantly, this is a part of cross-curricular integration which has been put forward by NEP, right? STEM integrates multiple disciplines such as maths, logical problem solving, creativity, etc. And by learning STEM education, they get a holistic understanding. So what is the career options for a STEM teacher? STEM teacher essentially can become, the STEM educators can become STEM teachers in school. They can be STEM coordinators. They can own a STEM lab. And by the way, for your information, we also have got a masterclass on entrepreneurship which will help you understand how you can set up your own lab. That is also a part of the syllabus, right? Curriculum designer. You can create your own curriculum, right? And we do the hand holding all through your process. Technology integration specialist, professional development trainer, robotics and coding instructor, right? Part-time robotics coding, right? All these things are possible for you. And there is a tremendous demand for STEM teachers all throughout the world, right? At Up Educators, we have introduced a step-by-step process of learning STEM. You start with as if like starting from a tricycle to a bicycle to a motorcycle, right? You will be taken through all the stages. And for this, we have two major STEM programs. One is Certified STEM Teacher and the other one is STEM Robotics Teacher. The STEM Teacher program, Certified STEM Teacher program, is essentially, and this is important, right? Yeah, we will surely STEM tools that can be. Yeah, I will surely do that at the end of the session. I would be glad to answer your questions. Yeah. So yeah, as a STEM teacher, the Certified STEM Teachers program is essentially about how to implement STEM. It is for any common teacher, whether it's science, maths, English, history, geography, anybody can do that. Although STEM robotics teacher is essentially for ICT teachers, right? Those who have some inclination towards coding, etc. But we suggest that you can do both together, right? In certified STEM, we will be having design thinking, a lot of other additional subjects as well, while robotics will be having a few of subjects like advanced robotics and things like that, right? So I'll just get you through the, yeah, I'll get you through the subjects. Certified STEM teacher, primary focus will be on integrating STEM subjects. Certified STEM robotics will be on teaching coding and robotics. Key learning, STEM teachers will be learning STEM teaching strategies, interdisciplinary learning and project-based learnings. The other one will be robotics and Internet of Things, etc. Certified STEM will use robotics and AI, covers basic robotics, IoT, etc. Whereas STEM robotics teachers will go for advanced robotics. Curriculum integration helps STEM, certified STEM will help teachers embed STEM within their existing syllabus. So you may be a math teacher, science teacher, any of the teachers, you can integrate it in your subjects. Certified STEM robotics, designed for teaching robotics as a separate subject. Job opportunities, STEM coordinators, curriculum developers, science and maths teachers. Whereas certified STEM robotic teacher can go for robotics and AI trainers. They can become coding teachers, etc. So basically what the syllabus will comprise of, and that was what many of you wanted to know, what exactly you will be teaching. Introduction to STEM is our first part. What is STEM? Importance of STEM, key principles, global trends in STEM, role of STEM. Classroom strategies, things like inquiry-based learning, game-based learning, project-based learning, design thinking process, technology-based learning. If you have seen the list of certificates which I have, I'm a practitioner in design thinking from IBM. So I will be your instructor for that as well. So we got all these things coming up in your interdisciplinary teaching techniques, right? Integrating STEM in mathematics or data analysis, etc. Connecting STEM with science experiments, linking STEM with arts, right? STEM-based lesson plan and curriculum development is another topic which we emphasize on, how you can map your syllabus. DIY in STEM projects. This is another session we have on DIY STEM, that is design your own, right? Do it yourself projects which you can implement at zero budget. That is the important part. At zero budget, how you will be able to implement it in your school, right? Now, experiments like water conductivity, right, etc. Teachable machine. Now, this is something again which we have a part of our program wherein we teach you about teachable machines. This is Google Teachable Machine is AI software where you will be teaching the machine to recognize patterns, patterns, etc. Now, what is this useful? I'll just give you an example for this. Suppose if you want to make students to make a system which can distinguish the diseases in plants. Okay, diseases in plants. So how do we how are we able to recognize which disease the plant has got so that we can do the treatment accordingly? And why is this important? Let us say you're growing crops, right, of rice, wheat, or maybe even pulses, right? If you can recognize and identify the kind of crop disease, you will be able to treat it well in advance and ensure the food safety in the country, right? It is a part of sustainable development program, right, which is essential in today's world. Now, how do you do that? You will be training the machine on different models. This aspect is also being taken up in our STEM program, right? So it is able to detect the diseases in plants and identify. So if you show a leaf to the machine, it will be able to distinguish which kind of disease. Yeah, AI detectors. Very good.
AI-powered web app that can tell whether a crop leaf is healthy or diseased just by uploading an image or using your webcam. Here's the web app. First, I'll upload a diseased leaf image, and it predicts diseased correctly. Now, I'll upload a picture of a healthy leaf, and as you can see, the model predicts healthy with high confidence. For something meaningful. For this project, I'm using healthy leaf, diseased leaf. Now we need to upload images for each class. I collected my data and trained. Initially, we need to export the trained model so we can use it.
Okay, so we will be in a position to, now AI simulator using vibe coding, right? That is another aspect which we conduct during our classes here. Vibe coding essentially is using different coding techniques for teaching and creating new softwares, right? So apps, if you want to teach your children, right? Now this is an app. If you can see my screen, right? Yeah, just 1 minute. I'll just show you the screen. Now this is an app which has been created using AI, right? So the shopping maths challenge. So in the case of mathematics, while teaching mathematics to students, you say that you have been given a certain amount of rupees and you have to add all those, add to cart. Now we have added this to cart, I'm adding this one, and I'm adding this to the cart, and you will be able to find out how much the wallet amount is given to you is 270 rupees, right? And then you will be able to create an app, something of this type, which will help you calculate and discount, right? So let us say, for example, we put it, I wish it is available. Yeah. Right. Now, once we add it, we can calculate the subtotal, right? So what you tell the students of fourth standard or third standard is, after you add all this, how much do you get? So I'm just going to put an addition. I'm going to put some number, let's say 580. I just an approach, just this one, right? So apply 20% discount. What is the discounted price? I put 50 rupees as the discounted price. What is the total? And I will say 630, something like this. Check my math, and it says you're almost there. The subtotal calculation is wrong, right? So this way you will be able to make apps of this type. Yeah. So there will be apps of this type which you can make using the tools, right? Because most of the time you use apps which are ready-made, right? And this requires just one sentence of your prompt for that. So we have, just 1 minute. Now we have Internet of Things in STEM, introduction to Arduino R4 Wi-Fi, creating different IoT databases, Arduino R4 Wi-Fi connecting to different platforms using sensors and actuators, projects of IoT, right? Now, something like this is one of the projects which we create for IoT, like using your mobile phone to detect the moisture in your house, right? Lab. Now, suppose if you learn this, right? Can you tell me as a student, as a student, no, this is, I don't know, Krishna ma'am, I think it is not true that there is a lockdown or something like that. No, there is no such lockdown. There is misinformation, fake information which is being spread. Okay, anyway, so I want you to think today, right now, I want you to think and put in the chat box, how can you put this to use? This is a project which we are teaching you. Okay, tell me one application of this. Tell me one application of this. Can we do IoT, Arduino, Raspberry Pi without controller? What do you mean by that? I have not understood, because any Arduino board will have a microcontroller in that. Yeah, can somebody help me know? My question is, we can use it in irrigation. Fantastic. One small thing which you can do in your house using this project. Okay. Now imagine this, you are going on a leave for 10 days. Who will be watering your plants if you don't have a maid at home? Right? You can control your pump. You can control your watering system completely using this system. What you need to do is you have to tell your children how they can solve real world problems. So during the 1 month of your school vacation, how will the plants get water? Right? So create a watering system in the month of February, January, February. They can start a research work on how to create a watering system for your plants, automatic watering of all the plants in your school. Right? So that can be done by you as a STEM educator. Then temperature sensors are there, right? AI using IoT. These are all the projects which we are doing in our, this is face recognition. Okay, so robotics classes will have ultrasonic radar system, light following robot, flame detecting robot, joystick control robot, etc. Right? Now this is one of the projects. This is a light detecting robot, right? So whenever it sees shade, it will turn away from there. Now you have another one which is joystick controlled robot, which is again part of our robotics syllabus. All this is being done by our students only. Drones for educators, we have an add-on course. How drones work using concepts of aerodynamics and flight principle. This I will be teaching as a flight engineer. I will be teaching you this subject. I'm a drone pilot and drone instructor. So programming drones, how we can assemble drones. We'll be using a simple drone which will be giving you the kit. The entire kit will be given. It will be assembly which you will be doing in your house. We'll be doing block-based coding, how you can involve mathematics, how you can use physics, etc. into drone flying, right? Then we have entrepreneurship development, how you can set up your own adult tinkering lab, or you can get affiliated to stem.org, etc. Right? E-learning modules of Intel SFI on higher order thinking skills, right? How to create your own starter pack, etc. Now, essentially, the course comprises of two parts. Some parts are mandatory, and while the other parts are not mandatory. But we would generally suggest that the optional part should also be done by you. You should attend that. That hardly takes anything to do. You just have to be present during the class. That's all. Right? Now, is STEM learning difficult for teachers? How many of you feel? Is it really difficult for teachers? Not at all. Not at all. You can do it. At the age of 59, I am still doing 3 courses. At the age of 56, I did my drone pilot license and an instructor. Okay. At the age of 57, I did my courses on robotics and certification part of it. Right. So it's possible. Kids are learning. Right. You can do it. Right. All right. Yeah. Now, success story. This is something which I am very excited to share with you today. Okay. And interestingly, I couldn't have done this on a better day than today. What I want you to see today right now is, can you see my screen, all of you? Can you see my screen? Yeah. What you're seeing is today's, I'm just showing you today's my WhatsApp chat. Okay. Today, this is today. I'm just showing you my screen of my mobile. Okay. Now, if you see this today, can you see this today? Here, it is written here today, right? If you can see this today, right, it is, the message has come. Yeah. So, the people have just completed their course and this is what they have to say, right? Thank you, Vedant sir, Anil sir, for it is a wonderful course, right? Experience learning here. Looking forward for applying this learning in more update. I'm talking about today. Okay. They just finished their course just now. Okay. And thank you very much, Anil sir, Vedant sir, for the entire team. Right. And they're just pouring in those. Right. Now, my journey with both of you is unforgettable moment, missing the classes. Right. Now, they know that we will guide them. So they are asking us, kindly guide me to enhance my knowledge in robotics further. Right. Here you can see another one. Right. I'm sure you're able to read it. Right. Right. So this is, I don't have to show you any other thing because this is another one. Can you see that? AI, thrilled to share that I have completed the Intel professional development supplementary course, AI intelligence in artificial intelligence in education course, and earned my certificate. Thank you, educators. Right. So this is the kind of success stories we are getting from everybody today. So you can well imagine what has been happening for years, right? So yeah, just 1 minute. I'll just right. Just 1 minute. Right. Now we have a few teachers, those who have been using it. Lena Tugade is there. She has been part of our March 2025 batch. And then we have those Ravish Riazala, Snigdha Mohapatra, Pushpa Chaube, quite a few of them, each one of them appreciating what they have done, right? So most of them have been in a position to utilize. Yeah, just a minute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
As I have mentioned in my Google feedback, really I have enjoyed the class. Earlier I was totally blank how the concept is and how we were going to use. So I was not in a mood that really I am going to use it in my professional field. But as I got the ideas one after each, then I approached my like principal also that I have enrolled for this and I have some idea about this. So can you please put me in robotics club? So they also become happy that I have started learning something new. So it was really one wonderful experience with you. How you teach, that is really inspiring. So thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks for your patience that each and every.
Okay. So a number of teachers have expressed their, but then how do you learn? Now comes the important part. How do you learn STEM online? Now this is very important. We give you the entire course in a very structured manner through simulators and real world projects. You will be sent a STEM kit. This is a STEM kit which you will be receiving, right? You have a STEM robotics kit which will include something additional to what was there, like motor drivers and two wheel chassis, etc. This is the drone kit that you're going to get, right? So the drone kit will be used, it will not be assembled, it will be completely dismantled. You will be assembling the drone kit and test flying the drone, right? So how is it going to happen? It's going to happen as a 2 months live instructor-led training program. Online reading material we provided, regular doubt solving sessions will be there, 20 plus projects and assignments are there, limited batch size, recording of all sessions will be available, simulators, Arduino Uno IoT and drone kit. The classes will be 90 minutes, 1.5 hours every alternate day, 3 days per week, 8:30 to 10 p.m. That is the most important part. The next batch is starting on 15th May, right? So what will be your investment that you will have for this particular thing? Your investment for certified STEM teachers is 13,900 plus 18% GST, 4,000 for the STEM kit and IoT. But that cost will be included in the fees in case if you are enrolling in the next 2 days, right? And your investment for the STEM certified STEM robotics teacher is 15,900 plus 18% GST, and the 6,000 rupees for the STEM kit. The cost of the kit will be excluded in case if it is you're registering within the next 2 days, right? The drone for educators course will be around 3,000 rupees plus 18% GST. This is an add-on course, right? It is not a separate one. It is a part of the other course. If you want to, you can do that. Kit cost will be included in the fees if you roll along with the STEM course, right? 2,500 rupees the cost of the kit itself, right? And we provide you free master classes on popular kits. Why do we do that? That is essentially because what you will be learning with us may not be what you will face when you go to the schools. Some schools may have different kits, some may have some other kits, right? So for that purpose, we provide you a brief idea about all possible kits in the market which are popular, right? So with blocks, 3D print, design printing, all those things, metric. We give you the latest AI Uno projects, right? Latest Arduino, right? And what are the certifications you're going to get? That is another something which is very important, right? Certifications include the government approved NASCOM certificate, right? Intel AI professional development certificate on AI in education, right? Accredited by STEM.org certification. This is an international certification. Program certificate from UP Educators, right? Now, the popular other courses which we have are Google Certified Educators, Google Certified Trainer, AI course for education and leadership, Advanced AI for educators, online teaching course for educators. We also have affiliation with Cambridge International, Diploma in Teaching and Learning, Innovative Teaching Practices, Instructor and Design courses, right? In addition to that, we also have STEM certified teachers course, drone for educators, and STEM robotics course for educators through NASCOM. So these are the other additional courses that we also provide. Any further doubts you have, you can always go to upeducators.com website. I would request all of you to just a minute. I will be putting this small form for in the group chat box. I request all of you to kindly fill this form, right? I just put the thing in the chat box. I would request all of you to fill that form so that you will be able to get all the information required, as well as you will be able to give your views on this session as well, right? So in case your school wants to organize a demo session for the teachers and staff, we would be glad to do that as well. You can contact madam on this particular number, right? You can contact us on any of these numbers. You can note down these numbers, all of you, so that if there is any requirement, you can always contact us on these numbers, right? Yeah, now that I have finished, I would be opening it up for your doubts. If anybody has got, I would be glad to clarify that. You can switch on your mics one by one, and in case if you want to ask, or you can put in the chat box. Yep. Anybody has got any doubts, anything you want to ask? Yeah, will we get certificate from this session? You'll have to check with your mentor, whoever has contacted you, right? Yeah. Anybody else? Any other doubts you would like to ask? Anybody wants to know something? So essentially, why you should be doing STEM is fundamentally because many of you have told me that you have a clear picture about what STEM is. I'm sure with this, you might have had a different thought from that. When you talk about STEM education, as far as most schools are concerned, yeah, the duration will be for 2 months, and the fees I've already shared with you. For STEM, it is, yeah, non-science teacher, absolutely. Absolutely. I would encourage non-science teachers to be a part of this program, right? I would encourage non-science teachers, because ultimately you can even make this as another source of income. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you can always, you can, you have asked for the fee details and in the WhatsApp group, yeah, surely, because I'm not a part of your WhatsApp group, so you can ask the admin of the group. Yeah, I've already shared that fees detail. Just 1 minute, I will show it once again. Just hold on for a minute. Just hold on for a minute. I will share that. I'll just share that. Just 1 minute. Can you see my screen, all of you? Yeah. Certified STEM. I wish you can see the screen. Yeah, thank you, Rajeshwari, for filling the form. I would request others also to please fill the form. It's a feedback form which will help me also improve on the way I have presented it to you. So I request all of you to please fill up the form. Right. Yeah, thank you, Nitin. Yeah. So we have two programs with the fees I have already mentioned over here. Yeah. Thank you, Rajeshwari. Done. Thank you, Meena. Yeah, Sumita, go ahead. You want to ask something? You can switch on your mic and ask if you want to. Yeah, Sumita, you were asking some doubt. Go ahead.
Hi, sir. The session
Yeah,
is really wonderful.
thank you.
So, I just want to know how to get certificate, sir, for this webinar.
You a certificate of what?
For this session, you will give a certificate, right? So how can I get
You
that?
can ask your mentor who has contacted you, or maybe in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So
Yeah,
in the
yeah. Please
WhatsApp
fill up the
group,
form. Please fill up the form.
yeah, I filled the form.
Fill
Yeah.
the form to get the certificate.
So please fill up the
Okay.
form.
So that I will get
Yeah, yeah,
certificate.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
No.
So, and another one doubt I have, I am already a STEM trainer in one edutech company.
Okay.
So I want to upskill even more in robotics. I
Yes.
am completed MSc Physics and B.Ed.
Oh, great, great, great.
I don't know any basics about robotics. It would be helpful for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. See,
Mm.
the misnomer which most people have got about the STEM is that the STEM education is about yeah, please, yeah. Thank you, Deepak, for putting up the certificate in the group. Fantastic. So people have already got the certificate, participation certificate. Please fill up the form so that you get the certificates. Right. So yeah, what I was telling you was the concept here is doing an LED blinking or Arduino board or doing some programming and all those things. That is what is STEM. That is what the general feeling is, which is not true actually. Okay, because what is happening is the entire purpose of STEM education in this country is ruined because of this thought process of a few companies who want to sell their kits. Okay, so they make kits and they sell the kits and say this is STEM. This is absolutely a wrong concept. Now, what I want you to think is ask yourself for today, right now, ask yourself, how is my teaching contributing to make my student an innovator?
Okay.
May I know your name, please?
Sumita.
Yeah,
Sunita.
Sunita. So, Sunita, just ask yourself, what in your view is that you are doing or your course is doing to ensure that your student becomes an innovator? Forget about the topics that you have taught.
Okay.
Okay. Forget about the LED blinking or the robot that was moving. Forget that. My question to you is, how is that going to make the student think as an innovator?
Yeah, yeah. So,
The
yeah.
moment you start thinking in those lines, your learning and teaching process will change. What are the tools you need for that? You need to know design thinking. You need to know how to do project based learning, inquiry based learning, killer experiments, DIY, all those things. Okay. And we have a solution for everything.
Okay, okay.
Yeah?
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Bye.
so much for the
Yeah, Nitin,
clarification.
go ahead. You were saying something, Nitin. Go ahead.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Sir, very nice explanation for the
Thank
STM
you.
educators.
Thank you.
Sir, one thing I want to ask from my side. Actually, we are running the STM lab or robotics lab at a
Okay.
moderate level in our school by
Okay.
loose components. And the one thing is the problem, how can we give the education about projects if the student know about the LED blinking and small projects?
Correct.
If we want to engage them in 2 lectures, what should
Fantastic.
be the criteria?
Fantastic. Fantastic. That is precisely what we are doing in design thinking, inquiry based learning, and project based learning. Now,
Yes,
I
sir.
will tell you the project which I am giving to my, and if you are joining the course, you will again hear the same thing from me. I am asking you a simple question. Did you see anywhere, do you know of anybody who is diabetic in your family or anywhere in the surroundings?
Yeah, diabetic. Yeah. Every third person is diabetic.
Yes, I am also diabetic. When we
Yeah.
go to a restaurant, what option does a diabetic patient have? If every
Uh,
third person is
sugar.
diabetic,
Sugar free shikanji,
every
sugar free
third
beverages.
person sitting in the restaurant is also diabetic, correct?
Yeah.
Now, can you encourage your children to design a menu which will be fitting into the restaurant's menu and called as diabetic menu?
Okay.
Design
So,
thinking, project-based
okay.
learning, inquiry-based learning. We have to
Okay.
create innovators in our country. I just gave you one
Okay, sir.
example. I have 50 of
Okay,
them
sir.
assembled. Done? Are we ready?
O- Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm getting.
You get the point. That is STEM education. It's not about LED blinking. LED blinking is a tool. Arduino
Yes,
board
sir.
is a tool.
Okay. Okay, sir.
I always keep telling this concept. That is, when I am teaching you, okay, when I'm teaching you how to make a table, okay,
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
teaching
sir.
you how to make a table. What you will do, you will go to the class and teach all the students how to make a table. Every child will go in the market after his 12th or graduation and they will all make tables. The entire country will be perfected in making tables. But what I wanted to do was, when I'm teaching you a table was only an example. I wanted you to know how to use the tools
Yes. Yes.
so that
Yes,
you
sir.
teach your children how to use the tools. So when they
O-
go out, they can make tables and cupboards and any kind of thing they can make in the world. They will become
o-
designers, they will become innovators.
Okay, sir.
Now,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
today night, today night, I want you to think how to make a table with only two legs.
Okay, sir.
Think it over. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Durgesh sir, I think you have got the answer to your question. You got something more than what possibly you had known earlier. Have I? Durgesh sir. Absolutely. Right. Yeah. So I'm glad uh thank you. Thank you. You should be, because we are lacking innovators in our country, I tell you. We keep saying that China is doing this, China is doing that, but the whole world is going ahead. Why are we not creating such innovators in our place? Right? We shouldn't be just copying, right? There is a Amazon somewhere, we have created Flipkart. There is a Uber somewhere, we have created something else over here for that. So that is the fundamental problem. We need to have something new, right? Okay. So I wish all of you got the point, and if there are no more doubts, then we can call it a day. Thank you all very much for attending. Yeah. Thank you all. You can always contact your mentor Mohini. You can join this course through the mentor. Thank you, Durgesh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Murtaza. Thank you, Kaniz. Asit, thank you. Shubhangi, thank you. Thank you, Gunavati. Thank you, Mohini. Thank you, Deepa. No, we don't have an offline STEM training. We have only online. Thank you. Thank you, Hina. Thank you, Shahid. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Chitra. Thank you all. Bye for now. Yeah, you will get all the information on the site as well. Yes, that's right. Oh, STEM in biology, a lot. Biology is one of the main topics where you can use STEM. The one example which I gave you about plant diseases is from that only, right? Neural messaging, right? Electrical connections between neurons and dendrites. That is an important topic in biology which you can talk about, right? There
Hello,
is,
sir. Yeah,
yeah,
good
go ahead.
evening, sir.
Good evening,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yes, sir. The reason why I'm asking in biology is since I'm a biology teacher, but
Yes,
my background is and all, na, I completed my BTech and MTech biotechnology, so currently pursuing my PhD also. So
okay,
as if now, na, to passion in biology, na, I'm just working in a CBSE school in my native place.
okay,
The thing is, I just want to integrate the practical skills to the students. So I just framed the lab manuals and all, na, based on the subjects according to the grade from 6 to 8, and just I'm giving the practical skills apart from theory. But I want to
fantastic.
know so how, any STEM training, especially in biology, so that I can upgrade myself to implement this to my students. So that's why I'm asking, because
Ma'am,
every STEM training which I'm searching for now, it's included of robotics, AI, everything. I have just shown that. I'm
yes,
just learning that also. Though I'm in biology now, I'm having interested to learn about that also. So I'm just
okay.
starting learning that apart from biology. But I want to know specifically, sir, any special training is there in for biology? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Your students are really lucky to have you as their teacher because you have done BTech and MTech, and now you're doing your PhD in biotechnology.
Yes, sir.
Normally, a bio teacher who has done BSc, MSc in biology and PhD in biology would be teaching them. You are already a BTech. You are supposed to be in the industry. You are teaching. This is
Yes.
what is lacking in our country. Okay,
Yes.
so we want to have the entire. Now tell me, you're doing PhD. What is the subject of PhD?
Sir, and PhD, the biotechnology only, but my waste and my field of interest is to from waste and I'm just converting into the useful product which may be used in the biomedical applications. Yeah.
Fantastic. So now, my suggestion to you would be if waste products are going to be, you're going to think of recycling that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
already
Yes.
existing waste to be recycled. Just
Yes,
give
sir.
this as a project to your students.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, right. You just put this. Now you tell me if you
Mm.
want to do biotechnology waste management. Using
Yes, sir.
biotechnology, you want to do waste management. Now
Yes.
you have to learn about plastics, which is
Yeah.
chemistry. Which is
Yes.
chemistry.
Yes,
What is
sir.
a polymer? What is a polymer? What is it? Is polyethylene.
Yes, sir.
Polyethylene is
Yes.
essentially only two carbon atoms is ethene, right? And
Yes.
then it
Yes,
forms
sir.
a polymer. If
Polymer.
only
Yes.
carbon and hydrogen is the only thing, why can't some bacteria eat it up? So the
Yes,
point
sir.
is you have chemistry there, you have bio there, you can put a maths into it, put AI into
Yes.
it,
Yes,
and
sir.
it becomes STEM.
Yes, of course.
Got it? So
Yes.
precisely you cannot do your PhD without taking the help of engineering, mathematician, or somebody else. You cannot do
Yes.
your entire study without that. You create
Yes.
PhDs in your classroom.
Yes, sir.
And
That's what
you
I'm trying to do that and implement as a
absolutely,
project. Yes,
we
sir.
are
But
there.
I,
We are there to help you. Now,
yeah, thank
my
you, sir.
suggestion, my
Yeah.
suggestion to you is again, instead of thinking how I can take STEM, how I can take STEM into bio.
Yes.
That is the question you asked me, correct?
Yes, sir. Of
I
course.
am
Because,
asking you, I am asking you a reverse question. How can you
yeah,
take STEM into bio?
yeah,
Sorry,
that's what,
the other way,
for
the
that,
other way around.
yeah.
The other
Yes,
way
of
around.
course.
How can you bring in bio into STEM? That is what I am interested in.
Yes, sir. But that's what's for that basic thing, and Nana, I just giving the practical skills
So,
apart from theory. I'm just what are all the things they are having as a basic lessons, and because I'm teaching both the CBSE and the foundation also. Foundation means for NEET
correct.
we are having that foundation courses from 6 to 8. Okay, in the
Yes,
middle compartment. So for
right.
that, and I'm just designing that, and I'm just giving the practical skills, and just I mean keep on sharing the what is the latest problem that is going on around our society and the environment. For that problem now, how each can think innovatively to create some solution for that. So that's why I'm pinching and triggering that young minds to have some innovative solutions.
Absolutely. It is a great thing that you are able to teach your students at this level. It's a fantastic thing. So please do the good work. We will be there to help you out in whatever way
Thank
possible.
you, sir. The only thing is I just want to upgrade myself for a school level. In a college level, I did everything. But to implement this in school level, I'm just trying my best. But only thing is I just want to know whether any offline training is available for biology as a kid.
We don't have an offline training. We have
Okay.
it online and that also in your free time. That is 8:30 to 10 at night. So it will be the most important time for us. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank you for so much for your time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Hina, go ahead. Is STEM applicable to non-scientific subjects? Non-scientific subjects in the sense you're talking about drawing, arts. Is that what you're talking about, Hina? Is that what you're talking about when you said non-scientific subject? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. I'm talking about whether it is applicable in like languages and social science and math.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is perfectly possible to integrate STEM. Now, let me ask you a simple thing that if you have to have the simple, let's talk about ChatGPT.
Yes.
Let's talk about ChatGPT. Do you think all the employees in ChatGPT who designed ChatGPT are all computer experts only?
No, I don't think so because
60% of the people working there were language experts.
Okay.
And psychologists. Okay. They were the people who designed. There were mathematicians in that team. Computer people were only to listen to their ideas and put it into practice. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. So
last year we have made different projects using this Arduino, like traffic optimization model, and then many things like smart irrigation project using the moisture sensor and smart dustbin.
See,
And many
ma'am,
things.
the main issue is what, like moisture
But
sensor.
we have done only the science.
Moisture sensor, temperature sensor, smart agriculture. These has been repeated 101 times.
Yes, I have observed the same also.
Correct. So okay, so every time I go for as a judge for a science exhibition, I find the same things repeated. Now that is because of the story which I told you about making the tables. I teach you how to make a table, you go and teach the students how to make a table, and the whole country is making tables. Okay. So we need to create innovators. Think what you can do based on what I have been talking to you right now. The moment your thought process changes, that is, how can I make my students innovators? Ask that question. Every day morning you enter into the class, think that and go in. And then onwards, you will feel that your way of teaching changes altogether.
Thank you, sir, for this tip.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye for now. See you all.